Greetings to all you YouTubers out there. This is Wadrace back with another co-op replay, and this time I am featuring my first subscriber-issued replay from Omega Guardian 10. And let me tell you, I've watched this match through a few times, and I have enjoyed it quite substantially, and I hope you all do as well. Today he is running in the Tier 10 battleship Montana. This ship has been in the game as long as the game has been around, as far as I'm aware. And I'll tell you what, it is a veritable powerhouse as far as battleships go. It has 12 406mm guns, and if there was an upgrade from the Iowa class, I have to say this is it. It still has that same powerful American anti-air batteries, the sheer accuracy of American battleship guns, and it has more of them. Now, Omega does start going off towards A here before too long, and that's definitely a fair choice given the side of the map he's on. This is the map Warrior's Path, and over there are some small islands. They do offer a little bit of cover, a little bit of added concealment, but the nice thing is they're smaller islands, they're easier to get around, and he doesn't have to worry about them being in his way for too long. As we will see, that definitely plays very much to his benefit. Now, the enemy Yamato kind of shows itself briefly and then drops off here before too long. But we will be seeing that Yamato come back a couple of times. Some air bombers coming away, but well out of anti-air range. Omega doesn't really see a whole lot of anti-air action. Most of the CV's efforts are focused towards the eastern side of the map, but he's definitely going to have a phenomenal game in other ways. Yamato's popped back up again, and lines up the shot.
Enemy cruiser sighted. Enemy cruiser.
Now, the Yamato does drop off protection, but it looked like that was a pretty decent shot to start off with. Dispersion certainly is phenomenal, but a little bit too much lead and aiming a little too far back. Anything else, that shot would have been absolutely beautiful. But RNG just doesn't really play fair sometimes. Now, this Buffalo, however, is going to be far less lucky. 32,000 damage done from a single salvo. That's enough to make any sheep stand up and pay attention. And that Buffalo is certainly running scared right about now. Now, granted, these are bots, but if a bot could be running scared, that Buffalo's definitely doing it. Now, it does manage to get behind this island, but he'll be back, and it'll definitely be an interesting but short-lived life for that Buffalo. Montana gets chipped for 2,700 damage. Could be worse, could be better. But there's the Buffalo, back for more. And, well, he's still running broadside. And any ship that stays broadside to a battleship too long ends up in Davy Jones' longbow. Now, that Yamato over there, he's really looking like a very, very juicy target. So much so, in fact, that Omega decides to try and test his luck on taking another shot at it. "12 rounds in the air. 5 hits, 11k damage. That's a pretty decent chunk, but it could definitely still be better. All things considered, that was still a very, very solid hit. But What is this here? That is a fully broadside Izumo, and it's not even moving all that fast. And you know what they say, broadside battleships must be punished. And oh boy, is that a punishing hit. 36,000 damage, 2 citadels. Nobody, player or bot, wants to take that much damage, as seen by the Izumo now turning away. But wait a second, did that Montana not just see what happened? That Montana's going broadside now. Well, punishment definitely needs to be dealt again. If it's not going to learn, 45,000 damage should definitely teach it not to make that same mistake again. Now, he doesn't have a shot on those 3 battleships anymore, but he does have rather pressing concerns on his hand, given that the Alabama on the enemy team is coming around, and that's a little bit too close for comfort. I don't care who you are. Those secondary batteries are certainly chewing away from both ships, and Omega's definitely wanting to give his full attention to that Alabama just because it's a little close. He's showing a little bit too much side, but fortunately, at least for now, that Alabama's paying more attention to our friendly Buffalo than to our hero in the Montana. But Buffalo, as we have learned from Omega's encounter with the Buffalo, really don't like battleships, and they certainly don't last against them. And, well, that Alabama is definitely way too close for comfort. It takes a nice chunk off of Omega's health, but not too much, and it starts slowing down. That's one thing I do have to say about co-op, is sometimes what the bots end up doing really doesn't make an incredible amount of sense. That Alabama slowing down definitely helps out because it allows Omega a chance to get away from a very viable threat. But as far as everything goes, looking at the map, I can see no reason for why it slowed down instead of continuing the pursuit. But at any rate, it gives Omega the chance to reprioritize his targets against Montana, which he does punish yet again for going and sitting full broadside.
Enemy aircraft carrier sighted.
And just kind of trying to keep that target in sight, keep moving, keep things going. Now, he's already done 216,000 damage, which for co-op is a pretty healthy amount of damage done. It's certainly very, very respectable. And that Montana still hasn't learned its lesson. Let's see, 30,000 damage. That should definitely be enough, right? Of course not. Montana's still staying broadside, although it is looking to angle, it's turning around, and right about here is where I think Omega started making some small mistakes. Fortunately, nothing that he paid too dearly for, but it does cost him a fair chunk of his health. And that is, instead of giving his attention to finishing off that Montana in front of him, he tries turning his guns over to this Alabama again, now that it's popped back up on his detections. And in doing so, he actually exposes a little bit too much of his broadside to the enemy Montana, and even though he does finish off the Alabama fairly quickly here, personally, I would have focused my attention on the much lower health Montana first, because he's had a fair chunk of his health shaved away, and he does start turning back enough to at least avoid taking an incredible amount of damage from that salvo there. But if he had turned any later, that would have done a hell of a lot more damage than it did. In any event, that Montana's not going to get another decent shot like that. Because Omega is definitely on its face. And Montana is dead. Now, at this point, that just leaves the enemy CV, which, at this point, 3 battleships plus the friendly CV, that Lexington really isn't too long for this world. Now, Omega's done 276,000 damage total for this match. You'd think he might sit back, say, that's enough, but you know what? Montana is a hungry little ship, and it needs every credit that it can get to pay for its repairs. And he's certainly taken more than enough damage to warrant taking one final hotshot at the Lexington. And as we watch this salvo go and finish off the the Lexington, yielding him almost 300,000 damage for this match, I will say farewell to you all. Absolutely wonderful game, Omega. Thank you for submitting the replay. I look forward to seeing more from you. Y'all have a good night. Talk to you.